Hey, it's John F. Gately. Welcome back to the show. It's a beautiful Sunday here in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I'm broadcasting to you from the home office. This morning, Sunday, I was on the exercise bike and I was looking for something to watch while, you're doing your pedals. And Jonathan Karl and Mike Pence popped on the television. I was like, okay, I'll watch this. Literally, here's the exercise bike and there's the TV, right? I'm watching it right from there. And, a lot is revealed about the questions that the media asks. And wow, was it so revealing? Not so much Mike Pence's answers, but Jonathan Karl's questions. Let's get into it.
As I'm sure you've seen, Donald Trump is saying that he's going to be indicted on Tuesday. He's calling for people to protest. Now, we don't know if that's true. The Manhattan DA has not said anything about it. But he's calling for people to protest.
He's calling for people to protest? How could he? How could they protest? How dare they?
Is that irresponsible?
Is it irresponsible? Here's a guy who's using his ABC national network television program to broadcast his views, but it's irresponsible if you go out and protest.
Well, first let me say I'm taken aback at the idea of indicting a former president of the United States.
Low energy Mike Pence, he's taken aback.
At a time when there's a crime wave in New York City, that the fact that the Manhattan DA thinks that indicting President Trump is his top priority, I think, just tells you everything you need to know about the radical left in this country.
Including Jonathan Karl. He thinks that some people have the right to protest and use their First Amendment right, like himself and other people that put on a fiery but mostly peaceful protest. But other people, no, they're not allowed to have the First Amendment. You see, some people are more equal than others.
But he's calling on people to protest, to come out and protest, take our nation back. We know what happened the last time he said that.
The last time he said that. Now, that is actually a lie in and of itself, but let's just go with that for a second. Let's assume what Jonathan Karl just said was true. And the last time he said that was when the Capitol Police showed the QAnon shaman around the Capitol, right? Is this door good? Is this door open? That's what happened.
Well, John, the American people have a constitutional right to peaceably assemble.
Yo, Mike Pence, can you put a little bit more passion into that, please?
Absolutely, but to have a former president calling on people to protest a justice proceeding.
Wait a second. We see people protesting justice proceedings all the time. It's just when you do it, when the people on the conservative side do it, oh, that's too much for Jonathan Karl.
That they need to do so peacefully and in a lawful manner.
And that's Mike Pence, the voice of reason, saying that if you do anything Tuesday in terms of protesting, do it peacefully. And yeah, that's true. You should do it peacefully. Don't do anything to distract from your message.
And in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. That's not always true in the national media.
Did Mike Pence just actually grow a backbone for a quick second there and throw a shot at Jonathan Karl? I think he did.
Do you think people should be out protesting that? Do you think they should be protesting the courthouse?
Look, John.
And here's Jonathan Karl back trying to take your rights away. Right? And Pence's answer to this is the right words, but the wrong sentiment. Listen real quick.
I think the American people have a right to let their voice be heard. But I am hoping and am confident that people that may give voice to their frustration this week and in the days ahead will do so in the best American tradition, and that is peacefully, and use their First Amendment rights in the way that we all respect.
So those are nice sentiments, Mike, but why aren't you kind of like going after Karl and saying, hey, Jonathan, why are you saying that certain people can't protest? Why are you saying that, Jonathan? Put him on the counter. Mike Pence is just too plain polite and nice and naive in a way.
This looks like the criminalization of politics, and the American people aren't having it.
But he would have a right
frankly,
to defend himself and to be heard by a jury of his peers, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, don't you have faith in that system?
Here, Jonathan Karl is almost conceding that the prosecution might be, how do I want to say this, crooked.
Whatever you may think about the prosecution, he's got a chance to defend himself.
I have no doubt that President Trump knows how to take care of himself, and he will. But that doesn't make it right.
Mike Pence finally finishes strong, but understand what Jonathan Karl and the mainstream media are trying to say here. You don't have the right to protest because what happened on January 6th, whether you were there or not, and I wasn't there, but Jonathan Karl is saying because of what happened on January 6th, millions of people across the country, it's unsavory. It shouldn't be allowed to have, I don't know, conservatives protest this potential prosecution. All right, from Plymouth, America's hometown, I'm John F. Gately in Massachusetts. Behind enemy lines, have a great day.